Alrighty, we're live. How are we all going? So, you're going to see my camera disappear in a second. Just in the process of eating dinner while these guys are getting prepped, but we are currently set at 19 threat. Nick has one priority, and yeah, it should be good. So Travis has activated something, but yeah, should be an interesting game, I think. Pretty keen on this. Seeing some humans versus X-Men, which is a little something different. Just turn that music down just a little bit more. I just wanted to sit there just slightly in the background. All right. Sorry, just sorting out to see if I needed a second commentator in. Sorry, there was somebody else supposed to be streaming this game. Theo was. Then he was going to be playing it this time, and then his game got rescheduled, and here we are. Right, stream review coming up. Let's have a look. We've got Voodoo, Miss Marvel, Medusa, Zemo, and Black Bolts. And then we are rocking Cyclops, Rogue, Honey Badger, Domino, Magic, Storm. Disgusting. I don't know what leadership we're going to go with. But yeah, see how it is. Should be an interesting one. There we go. All right, no, we're good. Nick doesn't need to come in and commentate. Right, so we have an easier map to see this time. Should be interesting. A bit more commentating for you guys. Travis spinning the map around, trying to decide which way to go. Size 5 is annoying. Does he have Angela? Black Bolt. I mean, Black Bolt's got a decent throw. Medusa, size 3. And Voodoo's got a size 3 throw. So, yeah, size 5 building there. Demons and hammers. So this should be a possibly, I don't think we're going to hit, I mean, we might hit points like, you know, first to 16, but I also would not be shocked if we also hit somebody dying, like full wipeout. So it should be interesting. All right, Tackle, you big old legend. Thanks for the Prime sub, mate. Congrats on your win, 3-0. 2 more and you're done. 2 more in your in the cut, mate. You just set that throttle off, take the week off, mate. Love to see it. Good as well. Puts you in the running for the Pro Painter Mini done by Mr. Hartney for the upcoming Von Gaming tournament next weekend. Actually, no problem, Smorgs. Happy to do it, man. And it does suck to see these two up for elimination this early because this is the X and 1 bracket. So. Should be interesting. See what it is. You're going to say I'm just going to get rid of my camera for just 1 sec, or at least a couple of minutes, because I'm just going to be in and out of muting and smashing my dinner, but you won't be able to tell because I'll be still talking. Joyfully invisible. You'll never know what I'm doing or what I'm wearing. So we have Travis dropping Zemo down the middle. He's getting ready for his big Medusa Wombo. First class is definitely going to play a big role as well, Farmer, I agree. Senior tactics cards, we got first class, which is each allied uncanny X-Men does not have to spend power to interact for the first time, so they can essentially grab and go. Advanced R&D, Bitter Rivals, for me, my X-Men, which is also a really great, it's a really great card for these first turn shenanigans and journey through limbo. So during Magic's activations, you may spend 3 power, choose another character within 2 of Magic, place a chosen character within 3 of its current position. It gains Incinerate. Awesome. So you can do friendly or enemy characters with that. So Could be clutch, or it could be really good for assassinating something. Oh, sadly, Nick, not me playing, mate. I'm commentating this time around, but good to see you here. Travis, we have Indomitable. Follow Me, which is fantastic. He's got a few characters that are good candidates for that. Seeing Red, which is particularly savage with some of the characters like Medusa floating around. Medpack, Field Dressing, pretty standard there. Interesting that Nick's only got one restricted, look of it. But I mean, X-Men have some really, really, really great cards. So, same as like with the Guardians, it's okay to not go too restricted in sometimes. Doesn't matter if on content is good content. Fucking A, man. 100%. Honey Badger coming down the bottom. I believe she cannot interact with objectives. Well, let me triple check that because I get them mixed up. She is the 2 threat. Cannot contest, interact, or hold objective tokens on that ankle biter superpower. So, interesting one here to put her contesting on this side hammer. Albeit, you know, if she sits within one of someone, she reduces their defense dice. So, could be some shenanigans here. Yeah, Nick, FastNick and Triple E. This is more of a top gut. This is more of an Oceanic top gut game that just happens to be happening in week 3. I like seeing boards like Farmer, like what you've designed for me, that are not just here is a park with a road going through the middle. Like this one's kind of good because if you were using this for your home board, you can kind of set it up however you want, you know, except for the train carriage on one side and cars on one side, but that whole middle area can be just whatever you want, right? Well, I mean, Nick has priority. I would not expect any of Travis's characters to go near this bottom hammer. Top hammer, maybe. It looks like he's just kind of ignoring the hammers, to be honest. Storm's leadership for this one. So we've seen the first class come out, which is, that's guaranteed. That's absolutely going to happen. To me, my X-Men, I believe, yeah, you don't pop that straight away. You kind of hold, unless you do exactly this. You pop it straight away, get a small advance in the direction of your chosen leader, which is Storm or Cyclops, whoever paid it. Then you can medium advance, steal this, and medium walk away. Solid. I love seeing, it's good seeing X-Men with some tech. This is like seeing X-Men with somebody who actually plays the crap out of them, and it's awesome. Love to see it. Really, really solid play there. Interesting one to see if anyone else does it right, because let's say he had an additional character down this way. There's nothing to stop someone like Magic small advancing and getting set up for an identical play, right? see how Travis responds. I mean, the way I see it is currently Nick's going to get 3 hammers and probably his home point, so he'll be going 4 to Travis's 3, assuming that he can test 2 demons. And my experience in demons is that generally, if you're the guy who's been forced to contest 2 out of 3 of them, and then you're getting dished in with the incinerates, you're probably going to be the first guy getting characters removed. So, yeah, interesting. Seeing some Inhumans leadership happen here. So Miss Marvel palming a power to Voodoo. She's going to move up and sit up on top, get ready. Love to see it. So just medium move, then climb. Miss Marvel is a surprisingly pokey character. Like, she punches quite hard for what she actually is. So really keen to see what Travis can do with this, with her on the table. I think it's the first time we've seen her on stream. Maybe second time we've seen her on stream. Don't forget, guys, if you're interested in the tournament next weekend, 12th of March, 8:30 a.m. kickoff, London time. All the details are on bondarkmoregaming.com. So check it out. Come along, come compete. Should be a bit of fun. Good OP prizes. I've put a bunch of prizes up. So yeah. This week, Farmer, picking it up on Wednesday, which is payday, and you'll be seeing me probably snap my controller in half in rage playing it. No, you know me, Farmer. I'm an absolute demon on the sticks, so I'm expecting to get smashed by that game until I finally figure it out, and then you will see me hopefully excel. Looks unbelievable. Honestly, every video I've seen, just fantastic. I've got a funny TikTok that I might even send to you as we speak that made me giggle, and it's an Elden Ring one. Have a watch of that, mate. You let me know what you think. I thought it was hilarious. So Zemo coming up, getting ready, giving himself a little bit of cover. It's interesting to see what Travis does here, because if Nick gets, like, he's obviously going to get both hammers, right? Elden Ring. There's an old, like, famous game called Dark Souls. It's one of the hardest games of all time, and Elden Ring is a game like that. It's one of those games that you, if you really, really, really wanted to, you could probably put 1,000 hours into it. There's that much to do in it. So Nick doing what we expected, coming up. Domino is picking up that hammer, which is terrifying because I personally find rapid fire characters to be some of the best characters in the game for hammer options, so that's kind of terrifying. So Medusa moving up, she's got 3 power, she's going to pick up that hammer. I'd expect her to probably drag Voodoo forward. If she drags Voodoo forward, he can then do a medium move and have an attack into... Yeah, how good was a how good is a farmer, man? Like, so good. Yeah, perfect. Drag Voodoo up. He's immune to Incinerate. Hopefully he can sit on that central objective and potentially possibly put an attack into Rogue with the intention of putting a Brother Daniel token on it to make that drop that hammer. Otherwise, he could be in a bit of trouble here with VP swing going his way. As long as FastNick holds 3 hammers, there is no reason for him to even care about contesting, you know, multiple demons. You know, Incinerate portals. Just contest your home one and that's it. I sent it to you as well, Morgan, so if you want to have a little laugh, it's about, I think it's about a 20-second video. It's quite funny. Thanks, Morks. It is an interesting one. Like, I like seeing starts like Nick's because this is clearly a well-practiced start. Like, he has played hammer games, he's played lots of them, and he knows exactly what he's doing, right? Philly and JD's game with an elbow, 100%. Honestly, me and Phil had a debrief for about half an hour afterwards of just like tiny things that could have just maybe swayed it in his favor earlier, like maybe a turn 1 Indomitable could have easily potentially made it so when Phil got his 6-point swing, he could have actually won on that turn, but that's the only thing we could really assess that could have potentially changed how that game came down to. Nick fit. Now with Doom gone and FastNick playing Blind Obsession, I'm interested to see how he negates the X-Men fall off turn 3 onwards. I agree. I'm keen to see that because that's been my experience with X-Men. Turn 3 onwards, you just start having characters get removed and you just don't have the punching power that some of these other lists have. Like, don't get me wrong, he's got Rogue, Cyclops has a bit of a punch, Magic is a bit of an assassin, so he does have some heavy hitters in here, but really, I feel like he might suffer some fall off. Honey Badger's an interesting inclusion because you put Honey Badger in the right spot, it's devastating. Has Honey Badger activated? Magic, no. Yeah, sadly we haven't seen Honey Badger activate yet, so... I mean, I would have saved Honey Badger till like the end of the game, end of the last activation, and if the opportunity arose, I would have sent her in, double moved her in like a missile and got ready. Give me 1 sec, guys. I'll just be right back, someone at the door, and then I'm good to go. All right, we're good to go. I'll be keen for you to ask Nick post-game why he took R&D over exceptional healing or another card. Agreed. So here's the voodoo attack. Ooh. It is rogue though, and she is very tanky. I think she takes 1. So without the skull, I think Travis falls 1 power short. Rogue's in she's an absolute beast, right? She has the, was it the Kree mutant physiology? Suffer 1 damage, suffer 1 less damage. He may have another cunning plan for it. It's definitely worth asking. I'll take note of that now because otherwise, in 2 hours, I will forget. Because exceptional healing, I mean, who have we got? 1. I mean, he's only really got 1 character that could use it, albeit, you know, it's one of the best tactic cards in the game if you have access to it. To the ability to just take a single point of damage it's amazing. So coming in this turn, got magic getting set up. I'm going to assume that Cyclops is within range of that since he's picked up that hammer. You know, it's just the thing doing its stuff. Yeah, no X23. If you had X23, I would absolutely be like pumping him about why no exceptional healing, because it's just such a fantastic card. So priority stays with Voodoo. With Travis, sorry, I'm looking at his Voodoo. Incinerate's handed out, so we should see Cyclops get 1, Black Bolt get 1, Medusa get 1. I believe that happens in the power phase, which is why Demons Downtown is so nasty, because even if you get dazed, you still have the pleasure of starting the next round with the Incinerate. Travis is having a look, probably looking at whereabouts the hammer is actually going to drop. So a 4-2 swing should be 4-3 swing, shouldn't it? Unless surely Black Bolt. What is? Can one of my judges, probably you, Morgan, just want to tell them to do the Incinerates / I think Travis should be on 1 VP more. Like Nick's is correct, but Travis should be on 1 more. Or is it okay if I say that? We're just in the Discord for just the Marvel Discord. I don't know if Black Bolt's on the point though, because it's not showing above his head. I mean, he looks exactly like he's been measured range 1, like Cyclops has been, but yeah. I don't know, like that's the thing is there's this weird bug in TTS right now where if you use the place of the 1 template, it sometimes doesn't register above your head for if you're in range or not. I'm assuming that since like they put the Incinerates out and they haven't updated their VPs, that Travis did not contest the middle objective, which is actually a smart call because realistically it's you'll gain 1 VP and lose Black Bolt. So yeah, 100%. Yeah, awesome. Cheers, Morgus. Thanks for that. Yeah, you've really got to be onto it. I check it every time I measure within 1 of something now. I immediately check to see if it's worked or not, and then adjust accordingly. Because it honestly, if you wait a turn and then go, oh, actually you're not contesting that, and you go, well, hang on, but I did measure 1, you get this awkward moment with your opponent where they're like, but did you? Really like that opener from Travis. Not aggressive, just come up. Black Bolt, oh, I mean, that's just Voodoo doing Voodoo things, and it's just nasty. No, I don't trust it at all, Morgs. Like, I agree. That's what I was talking about. It just, you can see Cyclops. He's obviously got a hammer over his head right here where my pointer is. You know, this right hand flaming portal. He's got the hammer. He's got the incinerate, but there's no flaming portal above his head. Really like that play. Voodoo, steal Rogue's objective. That's his tankiest character as well. So you would think that Domino should be an easier target to steal her hammer. Even Cyclops would be an easier target, but trying to get through Rogue, she's a beast. And you don't really want to power her up either. The only thing that Travis needs to be concerned about is that, not for this turn, but you know, any turn moving forward, I love to use Rogue when I find characters tapped out of power. Yeah, you come in and use her superpower and dish damage onto them when they're powerless. The mutant absorption. Looks like Travis also used the Black Bolt, the Inhumans leadership. Inhumans leadership is honestly fantastic. Like, it is just so versatile in allowing you to do and like concoct these like brutal plans, because you can just shift power around. Especially when it's like, you know, characters like Black Bolt, you know, needs all his powers in, you know, either 3s or 2s. So if you're sitting on 1, you don't care. Yeah, I agree, utility. I would not be upset if they got rid of the overhead entirely. I feel like the overhead should be part of the top down for the stream overlay. That's it. So Magic coming up. Sorry, Honey Badger coming up. Interesting play there. Didn't actually do anything unless he's getting set up for a range 2 Storm teleport, which is there's definitely a chance for that. Storm doesn't really have the power to do anything with it. Looking at a Miss Marvel. Range 4 dice. Guaranteed 1 power with a wild push. And as before, damage is dealt. 1 hit. She does get a reroll. It's for no avail, so 0, but it gains power. That's the important part. Ooh. It's a bit spikier. That's very spiky. Do the Inhuman reroll. For 4. So I'm going to slip 3 through. Nasty. Good bit of power gain. Well, you get an auto 1 power each time. Miss Marvel for 3 power. What do we got? We have got a transform, and we have got a terrain feature, enemy character size 2 or less within 3, so throw a small. That's actually one of my favorite throws. If you can throw within 3, that's nice. Curiously with her, if she transforms, additionally end of her activation, it transforms into Miss Marvel normal. So there's no point ever paying for it and finishing your turn. Trying to get a good angle. I think right about there. So that's not bad. I mean, you don't really care if you power up Honey Badger. I mean, she's got like a backwards bodyguard and it's actually a decent, I'll give it that. It's actually an okay spender. 3 power, 5 dice with elusive, slow and bleed. That's kind of nice. Yeah, 100% Morgan. If there's a way for someone to game it, they will game it. I like that he has pivoted a power from Miss Marvel to Medusa. I like that. So he's finished that turn with doing that. So now his Medusa is sitting within 2 of Black Bolt, ready to pounce forward and drop the bomb on someone. So Nick needs to be very careful about who he brings into this death box. So currently VP wise, assuming that Travis contests the middle objective at some point. So Storm moving up and getting ready to allow Rogue for a teleport. Rogue's got a charge as well, so should be good. Jay Fossey, love you, Bay. Love you too, mate. How's your night out in the city? You missed it before. I had a ranked game in Apex. So Platinum/Diamond lobby. 12 kills, man. Absolutely annihilated it. So, sitting just outside that flaming portal range, I like that he's willing to drop a VP here to not take that Incinerate, because that Incinerate is just savage. It is so nasty. So, I mean, he can bring Medusa up. Don't like him bringing Medusa up knowing that Rogue, Cyclops, Domino, and Magic also have an activation. I think he would be advantageous for him to hold her back for a couple more activations. I don't think that needs to happen yet. In fact, he's got 3 and FastNick has 4. I believe he can probably pass if he wants to. Nope, we're going. I wonder if Travis knows that I believe the Storm leadership still allows you to use Daze characters to teleport off of. I wonder if he knows that. Don't play into X-Men often, so it's an easy one to forget, but you know, like Medusa can teleport off of range 2. Oh, naughty Travis. You're not supposed to do that. I mean, it's fine, but I think you're supposed to get rid of the 3, put down the 1, place yourself within 1, but you know, you just leave your mouse cursor over where you need to be. So it's just more of a speed thing. So we've got 6 dice. Medusa, there's the wild. No, oh, and the crit. So we've got a flurry happening here. That's always a good start for Medusa. You want to see that flurry off rip. For 4 into 1 block. He should have cover for Storm's leadership. Would like to see Storm's leadership being like not a May, just like you will have cover. Not like a full, like it'd be cool if that was like a full mandatory, like you will take this block, because there's just so much happening around you. So push her in, dropping her onto the flaming portal, especially if he can get a Daze here. That could be really nasty because it means he can open next turn. Since Storm's already activated, he'll maintain priority. He can open next turn, she'll take an Incinerate and just remove her and remove the leadership. Not a good flurry. Two rerolls. Do you push her again? I personally would probably look at pushing her down here and just get her in the gulag so she's never getting out. Going again. It's huge. I would expect this to be a dead storm. Yeah, it's a dead storm. She's dazed. She'll take the last points of damage. She needs to do the daze out. Oh, we honey badgered it. Honey badger dazes. Very nice. When an enemy character within 2 of this character targets another allied character with an attack. I don't think... Am I reading that right? Like, Medusa's not within 2. Right? Ah, no, I know what's happened here. Ignore me. He's targeted his second attack onto Honey Badger and dazed her, and he's used his throw because that's what he lost his game from, and he now remember he is now actively remembering that Medusa has one of the best throws in the game to finish off Storm. Very nice. So that is a rough turn 2 so far. We're now moving Black Bolt into position. So this is off of Medusa's teleport. Very nice. Don't think you can technically place there. But I'm going to let the players sort that out. That's on them. Just place him back. Just place him back. Right there. I'd be like, listen, you've already placed him. Just place him as close as possible to your current position, and we'll just go from there. All right, so Medusa, still extremely strong. I mean, she does have a hammer, so Medusa with 6 dice is arguably going to be one of the best characters around. So, dropping a bunch of power in. So we are now bringing in Zemo, who is where Travis was getting his second reroll from. He's hiding down there, and I've missed him. It is a very triple E squad, isn't it? Like, I love Nick's squad, and I actually really want to see Magic be successful here, especially like something along the lines of maybe utilizing her tactic card there to just get Zemo or get whoever he wants, get Medusa out of that bubble and then, you know, beat her up. That would be great. I think that's what Nick's looking at. Yeah, Medusa's a 2 dice. Just teleport her out, use your tactic card. She's already got the Incinerate, but sure. And then hit her twice. So that's Magic. We have gone in instead, using Storm's leadership. And we are attacking Black Bolts, I think. Interesting choice. I personally would have gone Medusa, since she's a 2 defense. Yeah, that's better. Actually, this could be Black Bolt as well, because I think he has 2 Mystic. Oi! Triple crit. That's a rough start. No blocks for 5 damage. Who's that go on? Black Bolt is dazed. Ouch. I mean, Zemo is very capable of getting the 4 power together for a field dressing, so this can't be too bad. Very nice play from Magic. I mean, surely Magic has some obscene spender, right? Yeah, that's a nice spender. So like Dormammu counts skulls in both attack and defense roles. We're now seeing the tactic card played, so we're going to bring Medusa in for the rest of the team to smash her. I would expect to see Medusa days here, to be honest, because Domino with a hammer and Cyclops with a hammer, and she's only at 2 defense. So that is a very good Magic activation, and she's also still got an extra attack. Gets the Pierce. I think she has a Pierce. Let's check the double crit. So should take 1. He does have a Pierce. So Magic's quite a good little 3 threat. My problem with Magic is that defensively, she is horrible. Like, she is like very much one of those characters that can just look at somebody. She gets looked at and takes 5 damage. Although the only time I've ever played her, I didn't play her with her tactic card. And that's quite a good tactic card. Like a very good tactic card. So I'm fully expecting Medusa here to, sorry, what? Ah, that's right, Limbo Step. Fantastic. So Storm Leadership up, double attack, uses a tactic card to pull Medusa completely out of position, and then Limbo Step back to safety. That is a fantastic play. That's showing some experience on knowing how versatile some of these characters can be. Pass from Travis. Good play here, because I think he needs to hold Zemo and see where that Zemo needs to go. I think it would be a trap to bring Zemo up early in case this Medusa gets smashed on the first attack, and then that means that Cyclops or whoever can then punch in. I think this is Domino, so I'd expect to see a power getting paid. Yep. So that's 2 crits to roll in. Got 1 block, currently 2 hits, 3 hits. So we're looking at 2 damage into Medusa, and the rapid fire is not there. Domino, she requires hits. I don't think there was a hit there, so this is a second action. Gifted there. I'm expecting her to daze. Yeah, she's got 2 power. I'd look at the roll. Look at the roll. Don't dump. Okay, sure, dump both in. It's like, you might not need to dump both power into that. Yeah, boom, dazed. 6. That should be the second action though. So Domino will gain a power, and then pretty nastily, I would put the second one on her. Absolutely. Now looking at a 6 dice rapid fire. So that is threat number 1 for Travis, I would say. That Domino needs to be put in the ground, or I would be very much bringing my Dr. Voodoo across, bringing that Brother Daniel token back. I would bring Dr. Voodoo across, hopefully do a single attack in the storm, generate the power needed, and from there, put the Brother Daniel token onto Domino, because she needs to drop those ASAP. That's not good for Travis. Not a bloodthirsty game. Like I predicted it to be a bloodthirsty game because we're playing demons and hammers, but this is very bloodthirsty. Like very, very, very bloodthirsty. I think if you're going to attack anyone, you just attack Cyclops, right? If you can get range on it. Don't think you can, but... So we still have Rogue. Personally, I think he should have passed again, to be honest. All these characters are safe. Nick would then waste an activation, you know, possibly bringing up Rogue to power him up. I think he should have passed. Yeah. I think pass is probably his best option here, to be honest. His characters are largely safe. You know, the best Rogue can do is a medium move with a charge. So he might take 1 attack from Rogue. But yeah, I don't know. I think pass. Please send you forcing Nick to waste an activation. You bring that Zemo up, I'll tell you what's going to happen is Cyclops going to hit punch him twice. I don't think that's in range. If that was in range, I'd probably say go for it. I mean, you go for it. If Zemo's in range, yeah, you get those 2 hammers. you know, get out of dodge, hopefully. Range 4. Zemo doesn't have anything range 4. The only range 4 left is Cyclops. I don't think Rogue has anything along those lines. Range 2, range 2. I think if Rogue had a range 3 attack, she would be borderline broken. Especially if it's like a decent range 3 attack. Like, she'd be borderline 5 threat if she had options to that. Even if her spender was range 3, she's borderline 5 threat. Cyclops comes standard with 6 health, so the likelihood of Zemo killing him is basically 0. Even Zemo doing 3 damage is like, I mean, he's got the incinerate. I think he's got 4 physical though, doesn't he? Too many characters there. Yeah, so he's still got 3 defense. So I mean, even doing the 3 damage, I don't rate his options there. I actually think that he wants to pass and take a punch. Like, he needs to take a punch and trust that he'll survive the punch to get the power to either immediately start the turn with Black Bolt field rest and then he can double tap Domino, or double tap. I'm pretty sure Domino. Does Domino have stealth? No. Yeah, so Black Bolt is probably in range there, potentially, of Domino. So if Zemo can take a punch, get the power required, and then look towards Black Bolt double activation. Black Bolt's currently sitting on 5 power, so he'll go to 7 dice. Hopefully self-propagate a single power off of that, and then do another 7 dice energy into Domino. So I'd expect her to get turned to dust from that, to be honest. 2 7 dice energies. And then I would probably put a hammer here, and I'll put a hammer here, so that if she wants to go get it again, it has to be 1, 2. Because he's not going to get it. Passing. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's onto it. A lot of people forget they can pass. Something to keep in mind, especially now more than ever, where there's a lot of 6 wide and 7 wide squads floating around. Like, if you're a 5 wide squad, normally you're not really passing, but nowadays Guardians, X-Men, you know, Sam Spam, like, there are a lot of 6 wides this, so you can easily look towards passing. Because realistically, like, look at this. Yeah, man, right, I always forget I can pass, honest to God. The amount of times I've done an activation and just gone, why did I do that? It literally did nothing for me. In fact, it just made my opponent's game easier because now my character is in a dangerous position. So -1 power, -3 power from Cyclops. So we are looking at a small advance, I believe it is, which is one of Cyclops' best things he has going for him, field leader. Very nice. Still don't think that solves any problems. It just allows him to get 2 attack actions. So you're going to see Rogue look towards a medium charge into a double attack. I'm still loving that. That magic activation was just savage. Like, that is the kind of activation where Travis will be feeling the effects of it for multiple turns. Like, absolute savagery that activation was. Let's have a look at this. I believe that will be in range. I think if he brings this slightly out more, hits the corner. Don't know. Ah, there we go. Inhuman leadership coming in. We give a power to Zemo. We look at a charge. Just in range. Look at that. Very nice. So this is a good recovery for Travis. I love seeing it when you see two people that obviously have reps on their squad. So remembering Inhuman leadership, pass a power, get a charge. Looking like it's going to pay off. We're currently at 3 with a crit going in. Make that 4. We have a Zemo reroll still to come. 1 block, so 3 going through. That is a good way towards getting that field dress on Medusa. He's also contesting that that point as well, which is denying another victory point. So a lot of benefit there. Trans equal. There you go, man. Thank you very much for the follow, and couldn't agree more. I like your spelling in that. You obviously really wanted that name. So we've got one more attack. I think he goes for it. How you going, brother? Where you from? You got to pick a good night for it. Mardi Gras in Sydney tonight. Biggest party night of the year. So Zemo is doing his Steel Rush, which I like this. Go 6 dice. Steel Rush? No, doing Master Swordsman. We're going to try and guarantee this. So 1 skull, definitely don't want to see that. I would say we are putting him in the ground right now. Need 3 to go through. We are looking at 2 blocks. We've got 5 there. That is a dazed Cyclops. 4 power to Travis. I would field dress now. Or do you just grab the hammer? And you can start next turn with that. I would put that further. Honest to God, I would put that further. That's a bit of a lazy placement there. Knowing that Rogue can move, charge, pick up the hammer and punch one of them. I'd still field dress, but I mean, Rogue's got 2 attacks, so... I mean, those are both... I'm glad you picked the one you picked because those other 2 names sucked. Absolute blah blah. Yeah, this is brutal, and I think I would say, yeah, it's very lazy placement from Travis. I think the hammer, yeah. I don't. If I'm Nick, I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna charge. I'm gonna pick up that hammer, and I'm just gonna punch Medusa for 1, and just sweet. You've got the hammer back. You've got the hammer onto. Oh, you can't. His brother Daniel. Really annoys me the Brother Daniel token is not like a thing that sits above their head. It's like a frustrating. It's not even showing on a card. 3 hits. 1 block. This will be onto Medusa anyway. 2 blocks. We have a 3rd one coming. I believe there's a sap power involved here. Nope, takes 1. I believe Rogue has a sap. So you'll steal power, deal damage, gain power. That's quite good. Rogue's gonna get 2 power out of that. So she's still Brother Daniel though, which means she is largely irrelevant here. Forcing that attack into Zemo at least, into Medusa. At least stop Zemo getting double tapped. But we got a spender coming in. And it's not done well. believe this one has a decent throw on it though. So we've got 2 blocks. Currently we block all damage. Does this spender need to do damage? Nope. We're just going to throw S. Size 4 as well, which is that's sizable. Do you throw for damage? I don't think you do. I believe that you would throw for positioning here, because if you throw for damage, you're going to start Xeno on 2 power next turn, which is... that's bad. That's not good. So Nick's still got a bit of rivals up his sleeve, so kind of nervous for Medusa next round. I believe that Travis probably has to grab some hammers. Best case is he starts Medusa next turn by absolutely wailing on this domino, remove her from the... and grab all the hammers and just run. But... I mean, on the upside, he's also not going to be incinerated on Medusa anymore, which is good. So we see Black Bolt flip onto his 9 health. He is... have we seen Power Phase yet? We have not. Definitely not. So we're going to see Black Bolt is currently sitting on his beam attack as well, I think. 6 power, 9 dice. Yes, he is. So Black Bolt sitting there with the beam ready to go. Can't really leverage it. Nothing's really lined up. He could probably move actually across and look towards that. Beam 4, beam 5. Beam 4. Well, I'll give you a spoiler on what he's measuring there. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be the beam attack. I feel like that would make more sense. Oof. If Black Bolt's in range... No, I was going to say, if he's in range of Domino, you just start Black Bolt, kill her, take the stuff and go, right? I'm actually going to ban this trans person because I really dislike crappy humor like that. Like, putting people down, not okay. Absolutely not cool. Problem solved. I really dislike people with dickhead names like that. Cool. Starting off with Travis. I want to say that's Honeybadger. We're hitting Honeybadger, so that'd be Honeybadger using her ability. We KO'd her. I mean, jeez. Yeah, 100% Tiberius. It's one of those things, you get follows and stuff and you kind of glance at the names and you start reading it and you're like, that's too long, I'm not going to read it out. And then you actually read it and you're like, actually, that guy's a dickhead. He's got to go. I really dislike that stuff. So we're going to throw in... see if we can get a sneaky damage in. Don't know what's going on here. So put a damage onto both. What's going on here? Just keep going until you hit. looks like it hit. Yeah, because it hasn't completed at all. So that is a damage to Domino, and Magic will have to roll for it. And then I would expect Medusa to attempt to sneaky 3 damage. Do you go for an area attack? No, that's very greedy, but very tempting. So it looks like we're transferring, we're down to 6 power. We are doing the area attack, which is now going to be 8 dice area 2. And you can reposition them. 4 damage is dealt, size 3 or less, place them within 1 of this character. So potentially looking at a full reposition of this entire thing. I'd be putting Domino, if she doesn't die, I would absolutely not be putting her within range of any of my characters. Not bad. 4, 2 crits, 2 crits. That is her dunzos. So you drop both. Sadly, he's not going to have the power to pick any of this up, though. He can probably still transfer a power from Black Bolt. So he is giving an opportunity to let Nick come in and grab them all on Rogue, which is what I would be doing. No, you can't. Brother Daniel token. God, Voodoo is dumb. Four damage is dealt. Repositioner. May as well. Into Magic. Flop. 2 hits. Single reroll. Pretty sure it's within 2 of Zemo, so should be a double reroll. Gets it through anyway. Oh no, Zemo got thrown because he's sitting right there. I guess Rogue. Rogue should not even get remotely close to dying here. I would not expect her to go down. She does have an incinerate. She might take a damage or 2, but she should be fine. Trip block takes 1. Even if you reroll this, we still take 1. May as well get her away from Zemo. It's interesting as well. So Travis also has available to him. He does still have, he can steal a power from, let's say, maybe Dr. Voodoo, and then he also has a transform available, like an Embiggen on Miss Marvel, so she can actually project to probably round here as well from there without having to use a move action. He also has a beam attack, not that it's required right now since they're dazed. So it looks like we're going to transfer a power from Inhuman Leadership, and we will pick up a hammer. Oof, Medusa with hammers is just, you don't want to see it. But I mean, Nick still has bitter rivals. He's still got a decent slap back. He's got the power on Cyclops. You could target the bitter rivals on, say, Black Bolt, for example, and probably get the majority of Travis's list if you want to try and get back in at this turn. And if you don't want to get back in at this turn, you just hold it for next, right? Apparently there's a big storm coming my way again. Getting real jack of this rain, to be honest. My entire back guttering of my back deck, as well as a few other things, just completely collapsed in the last rainstorm with how heavy it was. The river just near me was, it was up by 10 meters. Up. It was raised. So it was a major flood warning for us. Didn't break the banks, luckily. It was very close, but I would expect that not to hopefully happen again. But I mean, the dam near me is continuing to spill into it, so it's not exactly going down either. So see how it goes. So where do you go with this? With your Nick, what do we got left? Domino's dazed. So we've got Cyclops, we've got Rogue, who cannot contest anything because of the Brother Daniel. I believe you have to start with Storm, to be honest. You don't start with Storm here, she's dead. You lose leadership. So I think Storm needs to come back. I think she needs to medium move, potentially use her own leadership to just get into a safer position, and then possibly look at something, maybe a spender with an increased attack dice on it. I mean, you could put, I mean, that's an area 2. She could move and do a 7 dice area 2. Does Medusa have flight? Black Bolt certainly does. She doesn't. Black Bolt does though, so it's an auto damage to Black Bolt as well on the Hurricane. The options there. She's got options, but I think he has to do Storm, or she is not making it out of the next activation. Like, I would be eyeing her off like a hungry wolf at this point if I was Travis. I'm just, to be honest, in my head, I'm still thinking about Nick's magic activation. And you know when you see someone do something and you instantly go, I want that in my squad. That is what Nick has made me do with magic. Like, I really likes that. And I'm thinking of it in terms of Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's just the idea of moving up and just teleporting an enemy character into my death box of just multiple long-range attacks with an Incinerate is just chef kiss. So good throw, medium move to the hammer, good call. You are the incinerated character, so not a massive fan of this unless we're going to see a double medium move, which I think is probably something you should look at. I'll grab that and I'd move up to here. Nice. Nice. Love to see that. Very difficult for Zemo to come get her there because of the cluster that is happening right here. So we've got left. Travis has still got 4 activations. So if nothing changes right now, FastNick starts with priority next round. I think at a minimum, Voodoo needs to move to that central point because he's immune to Incinerate, right? I mean, I know he's at 2 defense, but, you know, Doesn't even need to though. I don't think he needs to bring that in. I think you can just do the force projection here. I'll have to just move it across just a little bit. Very nice. Gee, I thought he was killing a character just then. So we have a range 3 attack on the big side, high 5. Also has a triple reroll. And it's an interesting triple reroll like Zemo because you can hit the same dice twice, which makes her particularly pokey, which I quite like that. Like when Zemo Master Swordsman's and has his own innate reroll, same as Miss Marvel here, we've got the double reroll and we've also got an Inhuman reroll and it's separate triggers so we can hit the same dice twice, so it can make her particularly nasty here. Does she have a throw on this side? If she gets enough power from this, which she does. Did he spend power? Yes, he did not. Assuming he means to. Don't mind me, I'm not touching it. Resist. They'll fix it up. They'll figure it out. It's one of those things that, like, those are the kinds of characters where you come in and you do something and people ask you questions about it and then it distracts you from actually getting to do what you need to do. So we're looking at 4 hits currently. We're going to re-roll this dice twice, 4 blocks. So that's a spectacular block. 1 damage. There we go. A fixed power. Gains 1 power. To be honest, Nick's in some danger territory here. He's got a couple of key characters that are sitting on their injured side, and I would expect Zemo and Black Bolt are probably going to be doing their best to start removing some of these pieces. That's what I personally would be doing. So end of her activation, she has to retransform. So not that's going to help her much. It's kind of nice for like moving in and out of cover is not what you go for, but yeah. What are we going for here? Bring it down. Do we stay contesting? We stay contesting, I think. Because currently, yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. I think he has to place off. He has to place off this, so I mean, not even that. He has to, technically, he has to place off the Miss Marvel one. Careful, careful. All right, remove the big one. Did he place within 2? Yes. Yes. So Nick's got 3 activations to Travis's 3. No, Nick's got 2 activations to Travis's 3. So he can pass if he wants to. I think it's probably worth passing. Travis's final 3 activations are all out of position. I lie. Sorry, it's Jordan. I lie. In human leadership, Zemo is going to take a power from Miss Marvel. Zemo is a threat right now. So I'm curious to see if Nick sees that. Because Zemo can absolutely charge in and remove Cyclops. And Zemo could charge to somewhere like here as well, where he's going to be within range of giving out rerolls to both Medusa and Miss Marvel. That is a problem for him, so I think he needs to deal with this. Oh, it's just the songs that are playing in the background. It's just the app. Twitch does this thing where if you play anything with a DMCA without approval for it, you can essentially become non-monetized. So it's just the app. It's one of those things. You used to be able to time it out. For some reason, you can't really time it out right now. Otherwise, I would. It is annoying. It just keeps coming up. But it also helps with the algorithm as well. It's kind of sneaky. Helps with your algorithm because technically it's someone commenting. But I'll time it out for you guys. Although that's not going to time out for very long. Back. Okay, there we go. That's why it took so long. Probably one of these little ones woke up or something along those lines. From Nick, he needs to remove a character. Personally, I would be probably using both of my characters here to remove Medusa. Removing Medusa from the game for him right now would go a long way to letting him run away with this game. But I feel like if Medusa starts next turn alive, he's seriously in trouble because there is a good chance that she removes Domino and Magic from the game before they even get to activate. And if he takes Cyclops this round with Zemo, honestly, that's that downhill spiral in an attrition game where it's kind of really difficult to come back from. So Rogue is doing her mutant absorption, I want to say, because Medusa is tapped out. That's what I was talking about. Very nice on Rogue, catching somebody off guard. 2 damage, I believe that is. And I think you don't even gain power from it. Yeah, so you just suffer 2 wounds, which is brutal. That's a good way. It's a good way to know it. And now you would look to tapping up. I have used Rogue to brutal effect with that mutant absorption to just completely remove characters from the game. Because if you open up with that, you know, even when you're dazing a character, if you open with mutant absorption and let's say you get 3 damage through and they're a 6 health character, even if you daze them, they're starting the round with 4 power the next round, which is generally not that scary. So we've got a bit of Rivals is now out. Into Medusa. That's a big feels bad. That's 0 damage. Second attack. I would like to see Nick get some good hits here, only for 2. Medusa currently still has a reroll, so he has no power from the sap. So he's going to put 2 through, which is, you know, that's good. He's on his way to killing her. Zemo is going to be coming in with a 4 dice attack as well, which is not... It's kind of still scary because Zemo with 4 dice and a reroll and a charge. If he generates a 2 power, that 4 dice now with a Master Swordsman and the Zemo reroll, it actually like has an okay chance at killing Cyclops here. What are we going for here with Black Bolt? Okay, that's what we're going for. I like this. Pay the 3 power, make it 7 dice. 7 dice with a Pierce is really, really, really nasty. This would be... Cyclops is sitting at Incinerated, so he's going to have 2 energy defense. He should have his quick draw available though, which will be does that get around the Incinerate? I don't think it does. I think it just goes to 4 defense, so he's still quite tanky here. He's got a good chance of taking no damage right now. A very good chance of taking no damage. In fact, he probably will take no damage. If this rolls into a block, yeah, nice. I have 2 damage as a return serve. Very nice. So that's him well. Like this is a couple. It's been a good couple turns for Nick. That 2 power that he just gave to Travis from. Oh no, he already had the power anyway. But he already had 2 power anyway. He started with 5, but yeah, that's Medusa. Well and truly, he's going to be hanging around doing probably for 1 more turn. I don't think Cyclops can kill. That being said, she's on 2 defense. Might be able to. Looks like Caden, that's one of Travis's eldest, has probably woken up and lurking around, being a little menace. So, see what he does. So, what is he going to do with Cyclops here? Can pass. I wouldn't, personally. We have hit and run. We have a field leader available if required for someone else. He may be able to put a beam 5 down on Medusa and Black Bolt, maybe. With the optic devastation. Does not have a hammer anymore. Does not. Honest to God, if Cyclops had a reroll, just like an inbuilt reroll, he would just be insane. You know, he would just be awesome because his kit's decent. His kit's actually quite good. Where I struggle with Cyclops is that he's got odd power numbers to use. So 4 for a spender can be quite difficult to get to sometimes if you're not ready for it. The hit and run's easy, the quick draw is easy. The field leader at 3 is kind of annoying. It is an extremely powerful superpower, so I know why it's 3, but I just find Cyclops as a whole awkward to use, but he can be quite devastating. Feel free to get a drink, guys. Like, obviously, Travis just had to run and just put one of his kids back in bed. So if you want, take a minute. I'll fill you in if you come back. Yeah. In fact, I will do that. I'm going to grab a drink. I'll be right back. Take 5 stream. All right, I'm back. Looking like I missed nothing. I'll endeavour to do the most annoying thing a commentator can do, which is to fill dead air. Pretty much covered Nick's options. He needs to... This Cyclops activation needs to be decent. One, because he's used bit of rivals, so he honestly needs to capitalise on this massively when he could have used it next round. Yeah. Tough one. Pretty excited for next week. Get a bit of commentating practice this week in preparation for the tournament next weekend, which will be a bit of fun. Yeah, should be good. Exciting stuff. Trying to generate some OP, because that's one thing Marvel completely lacks is OP. We have none. No organized play whatsoever. Come on, Travi. Just tag out and let Mel do it. I will tell you the Oz times right now. So it kicks off 8:30 a.m. London time, which is... It is... When Google decides to load, it would be 8:30 a.m. on Saturday morning in London. Would be 6:30 p.m. for Oz. So it's a bit of an overnighter. Well, not really. A bit of a long nighter. Currently, we only got like three people signed up. To be honest, it's kind of frustrating. I was saying to Travis today, it's I know that a lot of people, myself included, I generally don't sign up for tournaments until I am, the day before or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of guys that expressed interest, but I'm still waiting to see them sign up, or they're still trying to get annual leave or whatever. But yeah, it's just low numbers right now, which means we get low numbers. I'm not running the other tournaments because I'll just keep all the prizes to myself, and I'll have the sickest Marvel gear around. And I'll just fix up the people like Farmer that help me out trying to organize it. So Farmer will have a really sick in-person set, full acrylic, wounds, full acrylic, power, custom sacrifice card that's acrylic, all the good stuff. But yeah, no, we'll see what happens. Should be interesting. Hopefully in the next few days, probably I would expect to see the majority of the signups happening in the last 3 days. It's typically what happens, but if they don't, so the people that help me organize it, so me, right tackle, James and Travis will be rocking the sweetest Marvel gear you've ever seen. Because I was talking to Pogo 2 Farmer, and they're going to do up the sacrifice card in acrylic for us, like that plastic print. So it just looks fantastic. So we got that. Tim's also organized for me. He's done up the acrylic 3 wound token and 5 wound token. So I was going to do that up for guys like yourself, but that one won't be a prize. That one's just for organizers. But yeah, it looks really nice. I saw Tim on 2 days ago actually, and he showed me the ones he made in person, and honestly, they are amazing. Got a blue hand moving. Trav's back. Let's do it. So Nick's activation, did he decide to pass or not? Let's see. Yeah, love it. Cyclops into Medusa. Honestly, this Medusa cannot be alive next round. That's probably going to be a dead Medusa. 4 going into her. She's got 5 health remaining. So she will live on 1. This is where cards like Sacrifice, I just feel like if you don't run a bodyguard, I generally have started running Sacrifice as my card of choice. Just so that you have the option to prevent something like this, because, yeah. When you're just sitting there and your option to stop an attack is to just sit there and it doesn't work. 1, 2, 3. Unless he rolls crits, she's dead. Nope. Oh. No, dead. Even with the block, he will take a single point of damage, and that is Medusa down. Very, very lucky from Nick there to get 4 and 4 from 5. Very, very lucky. So Medusa down. Technically, we still got Zemo and Dr. Voodoo to go. So I would expect Dr. Voodoo to probably come up and look at repositioning that Brother Daniel token onto Cyclops. Since we've got 3 victory points that are about to be running to this corner. But yeah, should be interesting. Oh, God, Zemo. Zemo's so good. I brought in X23, so I wanted just a better standalone piece, because I feel like X23 versus Zemo, X23 is a better standalone piece to have in your toolkit, but Zemo as a team player is like the ultimate team player. So 5 damage. Still within range of the bitter rivals. So 4 with a reroll. He just needs to get 2 through on this first one, which he's currently started with. Doing his reroll. Getting 1 through. Getting 1 through. So no Master Swordsman for the next one. Because 4 dice with a reroll or with an additional single reroll, I would rate to get through this. But now, I don't think there's good odds. There we go. I'm not getting it through. So do the single reroll. Push another 1 through. So Zemo going to 2. Voodoo's still floating around. Don't think he can get in range. Can get in range of that though. And if you had to get in there and just get some power going, you may as well, right? Rogue's already done all the shenanigans. Rogue, as far as power generation, is kind of scary, but not massively scary. I think he's out of range though, so I believe he's just going to probably move as far forward as possible. Very nice. So Travis will get 2 victory points, possibly a 3rd. He'll get 3 victory points since Rogue cannot contest, versus Nick's 3. So it should go to 9-6. Yep. So still favor to Nick here, but I'm trying to think who you would start with as Nick. if you're looking to utilize your priority to maximum effect. You do have a beam option available, but you'll be doing damage to Domino and to Magic. Might be worth it. You know, beam 7. So there's beam what? So we're looking at a 9 dice beam that he can potentially go 1, 2, 3 on, and then use his attack to try and finish one of them off. The Oceanic meta's been decent. There was a Black Order in there somewhere, but I think he had to miss his game last week, so he's in the 1-2 bracket. Thank God that I don't have to verse him anymore. But the Oceanic meta has generally been kind of wholesome. We're looking at the Spender into Zemo from Magic. So this is a bit dangerous because we're going to add, maybe into Black Bolt. Very good defensive roll from Travis with no skulls. Currently only 2 success for Nick. Wow. At least the defensive rolls are going both ways because Nick has had some exceptionally large blocks. That counts as a hit. So 3, 4 versus Travis's 4 blocks. What else does this do? Incinerate and Bleed. Very nice. Very lackluster on that as far as a Spender goes, but it looks like we're doing it again. Four to start with. 1 block. 5 hits total. We get double reroll, 1 Inhuman, 1 for Zemo. Skull kind of counteracts the shield that he just rolled. So he's essentially got 1 block. So what is it? 2 blocks versus 6 hits. So Black Bolt will take 4. I really don't like that use of priority there. In fact, I really, really didn't like that. Black Bolt with 9 health and actually decent defense, especially knowing that Zemo's within range of him, is probably the hardest character for Nick to get through there. So I mean, Storm has stealth, so don't have to worry about it. Just kill. He has to kill Cyclops. Knowing that Zemo is within range of Cyclops because he attacked him last turn, I would probably Master Swordsman, kill that man, take the hammers, and kill someone else and leave. That's just what I'm saying, right? Travis still has got Follow Me, Seeing Red, and Indomitable. So, what are we doing here? I don't know who this is. But they got 3 hits. It's into someone with this it's a double reroll, so it has to be somebody with there you go, it's Black Bolt. Interesting. I don't know if I would have gone for Black Bolt there. And who need Rogue? don't understand the choices there. That does not. I don't like either of these players' choices of active priority here. I thought Zemo was prime target here. We're doing the beam, so obviously that's what he's going for. We are probably going to be getting 3 targets. In fact, we are going to be getting 3 targets. This is a very, very greedy option. Now, I don't think he's far enough behind to warrant stated greediness. Zemo activates, kills Cyclops, potentially in 1 attack, and then looks at probably removing Domino. And then all he's got to deal with is Rogue's activation and Storm activation. That's it. Odds would say would be in his favor between Voodoo, Miss Marvel, and Black Bolt to probably clean that game up. So, but we're going for the beam. I mean, you didn't bring Black. It's the ultimate thing, right? You bring Black Bolt, you actually finally get to do the beam attack. You may as well, right? It's got double reroll, so this potentially could put some people in the ground. Who are we starting with first? I assume we just start with Magic or someone. Just, there's no real order required for this one, so. That is a huge roll. Decent defense. It's 4 defense, but that is large. So we got 1, 2, 3 blocks versus 8 hits. So somebody's taking 5. And it is Cyclops. Put these onto... I mean, he had the 6 power on Black Bolt, right? Now, I know that this beam is going to be devastating, but he's also got Follow Me sitting there. So he could have even just done Black Bolt double tap, Follow Me into Zemo. Zemo's then going to go Master Swordsman, and you can wipe Nick's entire list off of those 2 activations. Ooh, another big attack. 6 currently, I would say that is probably a KO'd Magic, and it is. And final one is into Domino, which is still danger territory here. And this one is currently at 4. He will get 2 rerolls, 1 block. So if this is double hit, oh, she'll survive. There you go. 5 hits versus 1 block, so she will take 4. What does this beam even do, by the way? Stagger. Wild stagger and a stun. And a stun. Very nasty. Now, like, again, we got the Dr. Voodoo out, so Rogue can't contest either of these hammers, so Domino is the target, or Storm. I just feel like you're giving, if I'm the opponent, if I'm Nick right now, and I see that Travis has done this, you're giving me a chance, right? You're giving me a chance to pick up double hammer on Domino. She can't actually. She's got the stagger. You got lucky, you got the wild there, but, well, 9 dice. You should see a wild. But I mean, even Storm, right? Storm moves, picks that up. Yeah, here we go. You pay the 3 power on Storm, who, should be 1 power short. I would move on Storm, pick up 1 hammer. Oh, it's just untidy all around. It could be a 7 dice beam though, which is not anywhere near as consistent. It won't kill Voodoo. It certainly won't kill Zemo. because it's a physical beam, so you can master swordsman and potentially take no damage whatsoever. Untidy options are available for FastNick right now. I have to ask Travis why he brought Indomitable, right? Is there, I mean, Indomitable is throws and pushes. Yes. So, I mean, there is some throws here. We have the rogue throw. We have the storm throw, but I feel like that's a bit of a dead card against X-Men. I probably would have looked at a different card. Maybe just gone a bit more aggressive. How degenerate is Voodoo, chat? Honestly, like, Travis has played Voodoo well this game. He's protected him. He's been gaining him guaranteed victory points every round. And Voodoo also put out the fire, which was Rogue with a hammer. So he's done really good work. But just his lasting effect of Rogue, essentially the best X-Man on the other team, counting as Nebula, being just basically, aside from an attrition piece, she's worthless, is just, honestly, it needs to be addressed. Like, I would be okay if the token was like, you cannot hold extracts, or you cannot contest an objective. You know, or I don't know, you know, you can't do secures or you can't do extracts, but like not being able to do anything is just, it's too much. It's honestly too much. So Nick's having a real, he's trying to choose here. He's got some big choices. I think he has to go the rogue activation. She has a charge available. I would probably, at a minimum, do Rogue, pay the 2 power to remove Zemo's power. Hopefully you roll 2 hits. Best case, you roll 3 or 4 or 5 hits. And then I would look at potentially charging Voodoo. Again, it doesn't solve the problem because Voodoo is broken, and even if he's dazed, he doesn't have to recall a token, so... The way I see it is currently Nick is in serious trouble of losing Domino and Storm this round. Let's say Nick, I mean, current board state and just gut feeling from seeing so many Marvel games at this point, my gut feeling is there's a good chance that Travis is going to get all 4 hammers this round. Not only is he going to have all 4 hammers, but probably 2 flame portals as well. So he's going to get 6 points and bunny hop Nick. So Nick needs to really mitigate this. Domino moving and picking up those hammers because of the stagger from that beam. I don't think that's the answer. She's on 2 health. Any of those characters there can kill her at will. I think the trap for Nick here is to activate Domino. Unless you want to activate her with the intention of just going out blazing, maybe doing a luck shot into Zemo, and hopefully you roll just bulk crits. You don't gain power for a luck shot, so. I mean, it doesn't even have a character available for him to teleport off of and pick up the hammers and then do it. There's no enemy character there available. You could probably do Rogue. Potentially Storm, right? Storm? Storm is within 2 there. You could do Storm to here, pick up the hammers, do a 6 dice or a 7 dice builder into, say, I mean, you wouldn't be upset about killing Black Bolt, but I mean, he's not actually doing anything currently except for just being annoying. Voodoo's holding the objectives and Zemo's the real threat, so do a 7 dice energy into Zemo and then potentially look at a beam attack if you gain enough power. Go from there. Aha, Balbalor, big old legend. How's it going, brother? What you doing tonight? With the 45 biddies. Oh, mate. Ah, so it's not Nick taking a long time. It's just Travis getting done in. Sorry, guys. Belinda, not Bender. Um... 3D models, yeah. This game actually has 3D models, man. They're pretty nice like that. The guys that are that do the mod are actually quite good at it. So we are doing what I was talking about. Storm's coming in. Teleport there. I believe that you probably would look to grab both of those hammers. There should be 2 there, isn't there? Yes. Yeah, pick up 2. Put the 7 energy attack into Voodoo or Zemo, whichever one he deems to be the biggest threat. I probably would target Zemo, since he can't master swordsman that. Build the power, and then drop a beam on it. Because if he does the builder, he can then do the additional, add the dice to the beam, and really drop the hammer down, and potentially do his own swing. That's probably the order I'd go in, but see what he does. 2 targeted 7 dice attacks into Voodoo as well would be kind of nasty. Right, 4 hits. 3 defense, that's probably into Zemo. 2 blocks. Zemo will take 2. And a stun. We're doing a beam. Okay, I think that this is probably not a massive fan of this. But I mean, it's a pretty heavy beam attacks. I mean, 7. I probably thought 7 into 1 character plus a 9 dice beam was probably better, but this equals as more overall dice, I guess. Like, Voodoo's not doing much this round. He's powerless. You could have, like, probably safely ignored him here. And dazing him does nothing in regards to getting rid of the token. Activated. I am thoroughly confused about what just happened. Oh man, you got a 3D printer, hell yeah. Wait, software. But you got a 3D printer, or you've just been rendering or using Blender 3D model software to build stuff? That's really cool. If I'm Travis, I am just cheering that I just got away from that turn scot-free, because honestly, he's moved Storm in and she's now at the absolute mercy of Zemo. Oh no, you've been rendering, gotcha. Zemo, Master Swordsman. 3 hits. Nothing worse than when your Zemo rolls skulls, right? Takes 1 damage. Into Domino. I would go her again. You need to put her in the ground. Just remove bodies. 3 hits, I would say odds are that should kill her. That counts as a crit, pay 1 power. Best case, 2 blocks, takes 1 and will die. Yep. Don't know what just happened there. Don't know why we got a 2 dice added, but here we are. And this is what I was talking about with that Storm move, right? Your Storm leadership. The Storm honestly could have swung that. Like, that could have been a major swing. Looks like he's saved the Storm leadership, though, for Rogue, and I think that's a mistake. I think, honestly, he should have gone for it. Storm's got the hammers, right? There is no world where Rogue hits as hard as Storm potentially can. Very nice. We're doing the Mutant Cree there, or Mutant Absorption. Like I talked about, it's excellent for sniping characters that are empty of power, because it counts hits. It counts hits as well, so it is just so deadly when you can easily, like, you can do that once a game and drop 4 damage on someone for 2 power. Just pay 2 power, do 4 damage, they don't gain power. It's brutal. Like, she could have done that without the Storm leadership. She could have charged, punched Voodoo or Zemo, Mutant Absorption, Black Bolt, and punch again. So we're going to be doing 1 damage to Voodoo, who's currently got no power to sap. He's also rolled a skull, gain additional power. So, like, this is the perfect storm here, right? This is what's going to happen. Voodoo is going to swing home. He's going to gain a single power. He is then going to pay to make Storm drop all of her hammers, and that'll pretty much be game at that point. So he's recalled his token for 0 blocks. Potentially, Nick might be lucking out and getting out of this. 5 from 7 with another none coming in and no blocks. So Voodoo or Daze? So FastNick, he needs to remember as well, he can actually pick this up on Rogue as well. She can't, actually. She's tapped out, no power. So she's got no power. takes the damage to the bleed. I don't know if Travis realizes what he has available to him here. It's round 5. Miss Marvel, if he wants to go for a wipeout, absolutely must do 1 damage to Rogue right now. Otherwise, the wipeout is no longer available. Currently blocking it. I would still go for that again. Honestly, you just do, all you need to do is just do that single point of damage. I would look at, to be honest, I would, oh, Black Bolt's dead. Can't do it. I'd say Black Bolt leadership, transfer power to Marvel, transform, come forward in the Zemo bubble, and kill Rogue, but no Black Bolt. Ooh. 1 from 4 times 2. Oh, you would be upset, to say the least. I would be annoyed about that. That honestly, that's huge. Because that should have been a dazed Rogue. End of the round, Nick will go to 12. Travis to 7. Nick has priority. He only has 2 characters left versus Travis's 3. Honestly, I'd be starting with Storm here. And I'll be just a beam. I will pay the power, which he is now shy of, because has he done his power phase? Now he is. I'd pay the 3 power on the second attack if required, in case you only need to just do a throw from the first one. But yeah, I think that's actually going to be a game for Nick. Always sucks when you have like distractions in the back end of a game, like what Travis has been having, obviously, because it really messes with your flow when you get a feel for how the game's going to go, while also giving your opponent more time to sit back and think about what they're going to do. Honestly, activating Rogue here is a trap. I would just beam. Add two dice on the second one. It's 3 power for a throw or 3 power for add 2 dice. I'd just stick with the, how many we got? We got 3. I would stick with a 7 dice beam times 2. And go from there. I'd go 7 dice beam, check what it looks like afterwards, and then go from there. Honestly, I did not, I'm a pretty aggressive player. Not in my wildest dreams would I have thought that I would have put 6 damage into Voodoo last round from 2 5 dice attacks. Like, I just didn't think that would happen. Oop, there's that storm I was talking about. You daze, you kill Voodoo and you daze Zemo. That's game over as far as I can see. That being said, Travis does have Seeing Red available to him, so, and he has 3 power in both of them. So if one of them happens to get killed by the dazed in the beam attack, he will have an opportunity to attack back. If either of them survives, let's say both survive, or even let's say Voodoo survives, he has a follow me sitting there. So if Voodoo survives, he has the option to activate both Marvel and... Very nice play. That would seal the deal. Except that Voodoo does not require line of sight. So I don't think I agree with that at all. Yeah, exactly right. That's what I'm looking at. Just mapping it out of my head. I don't agree with that. There's a time for aggression and there is a time for playing cagey, and my gut instinct there is that that's not the time to be doing that play. Voodoo's got 7 power. Voodoo can literally just throw rogue, daze her, medium move, hopefully pick up that token, and then medium move again, Brother Daniel Storm, Zemo long, potentially long again, and go from there. Even Miss Marvel, although she'll be shy of power, Miss Marvel won't have enough. I mean, Voodoo doesn't even have to pick up that hammer, right? Yeah, look at this. Like, just medium move again. Like, he has flight. Like, I don't understand this. Yeah. He has Indomitable still sitting there. Mikey, first time chat. How you going, man? So she will drop that, which puts all 3 directly in front. Jeez. I mean, would it be 12-12? Let's say 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. So that's 5. So 12-12. If he can get... Miss Marvel's currently on 4 power, so she can transform, move, grab that. So she'll be worth 2 victory points. I don't see why Zemo can't long move and grab the final one. We might be able to make this happen. This train card is very annoying. I mean, you can see him there. I'll angle down. So, I mean, like, hard to see, but with that there, Zemo could very easily grab 2 victory points. Voodoo should only be able to grab 1 because he had 7 power. 3 for the throw, 3 for the Brother Daniel, 1 for the hammer. So Travis is currently gaining 1, 2, 3 victory points, 4 victory points. He has to pick up both of these, otherwise the game's over. My math no good. My math off? Miss Marvel, let's say that he puts both there. Miss Marvel, medium move to here, medium move. I think she still falls short. But I mean, you could put both there. Zemo grabs both. Miss Marvel grabs this one, moves the Flame Portal. That's, boom, that's 5. I'll be shocked if this is called as GG. Because look at that, like Zemo makes that with ease. Right there. Miss Marvel can make that one. I mean, Zemo could have had all 3. Apologies if there's any background noise. There's a whole bunch of rain outside. Travis moves to 11, and that's game over. I'm shocked if that's game. Not bad, Thunder. Not bad. We are on turn 6, right? I'll just give them a minute, then I'll undeafen. Stay tuned for the post-game interview where I'm going to absolutely grill Travis. I mean, even with the voodoo throw, Zemo can still pick those hammers up, right? Like, he had 2 options to go to 12. Going to undeafen.
Oh, I disagree with you there.
Yeah, true.
But yeah,
I'm going to re-deafen. I'm just going to give you. That sounds like we are in the middle of potentially a disagreement. No problems, Morgs. Happy to do it, mate.
able to get her next turn and then kill the turn after. But
hello, boys.
Yeah.
Hey, good game, guys.
Yeah, well played, Like I thought, I don't know, as a neutral observer, I thought it was a great game at MCP, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in chat that thought the same thing. Like, they thought it was a fantastic game to watch. I particularly really liked your early Magic play. That made me want to immediately include her into my roster. So really good to see that somebody's actually putting some reps into some of the less used characters, man. Like, how many games you got on Magic?
Oh, probably 10 or 12, I reckon. I was saying to Trav before the game, this roster's really new. It's kind of a work in progress. So I've had, probably 10 or 12 with the Storm Swarm. My next roster's a bit stronger. I've worked out a few weaknesses of it. But Magic's the glue that makes this whole roster work. She's so good. I don't use a core because I take all X-Men, but she would definitely be the first one picked outside of Storm.
Oh, for sure. I mean, she definitely offers a bit of she gives them the leg up that they need to push into that attrition past round 3 where X-Men typically falls off, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agree. She really has, once she's got some power on her, she's so mobile. Like, so you can play her on Ds, on Bs, whatever. But also, if, like you saw, I mean, I didn't roll that well into Black Bolt, but she could have taken Black Bolt off in that with 2 spenders.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the spender is very, very dangerous. Travi, awesome play, man. Had some huge swings going your way, which, seeing the Black Bolt and seeing...
Not really. Not really. Like, I had one good round with Medusa, with the big area attack, and Black Bolt's Whisper, like, mate, it's fucking 9 dice or something, so...
Yeah, and agree.
Reroll.
That's not what I'm about to get to.
Like, mass.
You could have got to 12 victory points at the end there.
No, I fucked it up. Yeah, I just zeroed in. I needed to daze Rogue with Zemo or Marvel, and then just walk. I would have won the game if I just dazed Rogue with one of the other 2, and then I could have just double moved Voodoo over and taken all of her stuff with all his power.
Yeah, 100%. That's
my game to lose.
That was option A, and then option B. Even with what you got there, I liked the throw. I liked the Brother Daniel. And this hammer here, I can't ping it, but the one on your side of the board next to Voodoo, you drop both there, and then Zemo can pick them both up. And Miss Marvel can collect the other one, which brings you to 12-12. It just gives you another round, but definitely had 2 options there. So, but it's interesting because, like you said, you tunnel vision, and everybody's susceptible to it.
It didn't go with Rogue, so I thought, it should be easy to just dazer, throw her, and dazer. So I had that in my head, and then I did it and went, oh no, I fucked up here. So all I had to do, like I said, I had ways to win, like that last turn when he gave me an opportunity. He didn't choose violence and gave me an opportunity. I thought, I'm going to go here. So
that was literally about to be what I was going to say next. So you're probably cheering that you're versing Nick and not someone like me, because I would have been throwing out multiple beams, 7 to 9 dice beams.
I did consider that, but then like I move away with Storm, and with an analysis now, it's obviously the wrong move, because had Trav not been distracted by the kids, then he makes that play. But you're relying on you're getting a 9 dice and a 7 dice. Yeah, you can daze them, but if you don't, you just lose.
Yeah, I think what Jaren's saying is the hard thing is like doing the double move away. Had I seen before I'd done it, like, you would have lost anyway. Mm-hmm. So you sort of needed to stand and shoot to have a go at it, like to have a chance, to have a better chance, if that makes sense.
And look, and if I get Zemo and Voodoo there, then you don't win.
That's
over,
true. Yeah.
And look, there's every chance that I activate Zemo. He does no damage to Rogue. Rogue activates and bounces Voodoo off a table, and I lose anyway. So there's every chance that that happens as well. So
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
but I really enjoyed that game. That was
it's a great game. Yeah, it was a great game, man.
Yeah,
I was going to say you don't even need to activate Zemo at the end there. Don't forget that Miss Marvel also has a throw as well. So
yeah, true.
Yeah, you had a couple of options there to put Nick in the ground. But you definitely, when Nick had stopped choosing violence at the end there, I thought that had actually allowed you to stay into it, because you were in the hot seat until Nick got the random days on Voodoo.
And both of us were sort of playing it as if we'd drawn it, and then we counted it and went, "Oh, hang on,
One
no,
shot.
I haven't drawn it."
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all good.
I thought it was a draw, and then I was like, "Oh, what can I do?" But yeah, luckily we both miscalculated.
Even I looked at it and went, "Oh, so it's a draw," and then I sat back and went, "Actually, Travis is one shy." Because like when you moved to Zemo there, I was like, "I'm confused by that move." But still, awesome game. Like it's still a fantastic game of MCP. Awesome seeing Magic on the table. Really good to see Inhuman leadership just used to brutal effect.
It was great. It was really good.
Yeah, very strong leadership, and it's one that a lot of people just write off because Black Bolt is difficult to use. But using Black Bolt how you used him, Travi, is just an artillery piece that is not to be ignored, right? I mean, he basically most of the time he looked at something and killed something.
I was very power starved that game because I found Nick just wasn't really attacking me a lot, or when he did attack me, he just sort of straight up dazed the guys he was attacking, like straight up dazed Black Bolt or just one-rounded Medusa.
Yeah.
I didn't really get the opportunity to sort of pop off and use like follow me and seeing red.
That's kind of how
if I'm Black Bolt, like less of attacks if he's parked. I know you're sort of investing in him with Zemo, but I find him more often than not. You pump him up to that 7 dice with a Pierce and double rerolls, and he just starts one-shotting characters like really quickly.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's kind of how the Storm Swarm works, right? Is you're picking one target a turn and you're just getting him. And it's your dice mitigation is not rerolls; it's just weight of attacks. You just keep throwing attacks at people.
Yeah.
But having seen your Black Bolt, and I was considering giving Inhumans a go, because I really like Crystal. I think Lockjaw and Miss Marvel have some really good play. But having seen your Black Bolt, I reckon after the season's done, I'm gonna get some reps in with Inhumans because I'd dismissed him, but I think he's usable as a 5.
I didn't give Miss Marvel a good go there because I kind of ended up needing her power elsewhere. But she's actually got about the same damage output as Black Panther because she gets sort of 3 to 4 rerolls in her high 5 attack. And where I had her parked, she can just sort of pop up, high 5 somebody twice with like full rerolls, and then she just pops back in cover. And she can pick up objectives from range 2 in her big.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
She's really like, I think she was the missing piece like Inhumans needed.
I've seen her in Web Warriors a lot, and she's brutal in Web Warriors. I think she's real good.
Yeah, she's good to go.
Absolutely. I'm keen to get your perspective, Trav, on your thoughts going through your head when the Magic play happened. The Storm teleport, the double tap, the teleporting your Medusa out of position. Like, keen to get your thoughts going through your mind when that happened.
I didn't mind because there's nothing I could do about it, right? Like, the way Nick had set himself up, like, so he could get like teleport off of Honey Badger and you know, like get in, and he targeted the right character who had like low defense dice, and then had enough power to sort of teleport Medusa all the way back. Like, I thought it was nice to see, to be honest. I like seeing X-Men. X-Men's probably one of my favorite quads.
Yeah, absolutely.
The little wombo combo is Journey Through Limbo hands out Incinerate, and then you can, if you jump off Honey Badger, you can place them within one of her, so they're -2 defense dice.
Yeah,
so
nasty.
Even someone who's really hard to hit goes down.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, that's nasty. And you know, if you time it, yeah. Oh, I like to see it. It was actually really good. I can see like where that can bring X-Men, this style of X-Men, into like an S tier.
Yeah. There's when I don't think my next roster's
turn 1 plays. Like, I thought his turn 1 plays were really good with Prio as well.
They were fantastic.
He stacked one side, so I was like, well, I'm not going to even bother going for that one because whoever goes there is dead. And the other one, he was retreated to a place of safety, so I was like, oh, well, that ain't happening. I'm not going to do much about it.
Yep. Yeah, it was fantastic. Well, Morgan was commenting on watching your turn 1 play there, and again, you have to invest 2 tactics cards into it, but it's 2 tactics cards to essentially put yourself in the winning position, and all you got to do is just maintain it for the rest of the game, right? And it's on something like hammers, being in that top dog spot with more hammers than your opponent, generally you're going to win the game from there anyway. So really, really top notch. It makes me want to get my X-Men out and immediately put them on table.
Well, the thing with it is that you can't chase the game with X-Men. They haven't got a Medusa, a beater that can get you points back from a bad position. Rogue doesn't do it. She doesn't do enough lifting, and Jean's too inefficient. But if you can force your opponent to come to you, especially if you swarm them, then by being up on points, then you have that opportunity to double attack people with Domino, quadruple attack people.
Oh yeah,
it plays into your hands definitely.
By the way, you use Rogue exactly how I use Rogue as well. The mutant absorption when you catch someone on 0 power is savage. Not only is it the best, right? But if you can catch somebody on 0 power on their healthy side, any damage you sink from that, they do not gain power for the dealt. So when she dazes them, they might only daze with 1 or 2 power up their sleeve, and it's just that's effectively neutering them and ruining their inbuilt comeback mechanic, which is being dazed with heaps of power. You're removing that option from a character, and it's brutal to see.
In my second game, Black Cat was chasing Rogue with an objective, and she just kept mutant absorbing her, so she never had 3 power to steal. It's her best ability. It's so good, so good.
Yeah, the fact that it lands on hits as well means that is why she was one of the contenders for being the best 4 threats in the game. I'll leave you there, boys. I'll jump out of here. I know you got to go to bed, Travis, because I know you got to be up in almost 4 hours from now. So, Nick, enjoy your Saturday night. I'll get out of here. Thanks for letting me stream that, boys, and take it easy.
Awesome. Thanks, Trav. Enjoy it. Try and get some sleep, and hopefully it's not too hard tomorrow.
Yeah, cheers, man. Thanks for that. Thanks for the game. I'm going to jump off.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Mogul, how you going? Mowgli, how you going, man? First time chatter. Good to see you in here. That's it from me. Really high level plays in there. A little bit unlucky at the end there because we had some disruptions in our last turn or two from Travis. He's got a couple of kids, all at young ages. So obviously it's disrupted his flow and stopped him from, like he said, he thought he'd actually equaled it, but when you did an actual points calculation, he was 1 shy. So that makes a lot more sense onto why he did that play. And, it's late at night, things on your mind, thinking about, geez, I've got to be awake in 4 hours. Kids are going crazy. Yeah, it happens to the best of us, and he is one of the best. And so is Nick. Nick's one of the best players out there. He's one of the sharks in the Oceanic Shark Tank. And I personally am not really looking forward to seeing that because my Guardians of the Galaxy don't really have an answer to some of those shenanigans, except for just to keep blasting until I've out-attritioned him. So, which I do secretly think I can with wing-out tokens on the right characters, but only time will tell. But that's it. That's it for me, guys. Enjoy your Saturday morning, night, wherever you are, and take it easy. See you guys.